Welcome to What the Wrestling, the podcast where you break down the biggest moments, hottest takes, and the wildest stories from the world of pro wrestling. Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. SummerSlam is in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. And dare I say, I have some interesting thoughts. Now, you guys already know I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But tonight we are doing the full SummerSlam review, and we are doing it all right here on What the Wrestling. So let's not waste any more time. Back at it again, baby. SummerSlam nights 1 and nights 2 review right now. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. Once again, I am your host, RJD. Shout out to everybody rocking with me in the place to be, like I'm back in the 90s. Listen, night 2 is in the bag, everybody. Night 2 is over.
Give me a hell yeah.
So, I have some thoughts. But before I get into all of that, y'all know what time it is. Hit the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the bottom of the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. So, follow me at What the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. Also, follow the What the Wrestling page on Instagram. I will be using that a little bit more, so look out for that. Shout out to everybody rocking with the TikTok and everybody who's mad at me for my Danhausen take about why is Danhausen getting a shot. Everybody mad at me on TikTok. Listen, I don't know why y'all mad at me on TikTok, man. Don't be mad at me, man. Don't be mad at me. We just having a conversation. You heard me? We just talking. So, before I get into all of that, thank you. Hit the like button. Let's talk about SummerSlam as a whole. All right. So let's get into it. I think I'm going to start with night 2 first because it's fresh in my mind. Night 1 is great. But I think I'm going to start with night 2 just because. Now, you know what? I'll start with night 1. I will start with night 1 and I will run it all the way down to night 2. But first thing first, let's talk about SummerSlam as a whole. SummerSlam did not feel like SummerSlam today. It did not feel like SummerSlam yesterday. Now, we had bits and pieces that felt like SummerSlam. Rollins, Reigns, that felt like a big deal. Nick Aldis, Gunther, that felt like a big deal. Punk and Cody, it had a little bit of heat, but that felt like a big deal. But a lot of the other stuff did not feel like a big deal. And judging by the ticket sales, a lot of the fans felt the same way. 35,000 both nights, estimated 35,000 around there. Nothing to sneeze at. Let's not get it twisted. Like, that's a failure. But last year had like, 50 at MetLife? So I should have went last year. My fault. But they didn't have the anticipation. They didn't have a lot of that. Oh man, the must-see Brock and Oba. That's another one. Felt like a big deal. But they had a WrestleMania moment. They really didn't even need to have Brock and Oba 3 times. But hey, it is what it is. That's what they chose to do. But the feeling didn't feel like it. And I think that is wrestling as a whole right now doesn't feel like big things are happening. We got one company, AEW, that's going to give you your bang, going to give you more bang for your buck. They're going to give you 10, 11, 12 matches, but they're going to go all goddamn night. Then you got one company who's going to give you 6 or 7 matches, but you're going to have 20, 30 minutes in between ads. Some matches aren't going to get the time that they should. Some matches are. So you got one that's giving you too much, one that's not giving you enough, and both companies have a story problem right now where not everything has a story. So Cody, they messed up Cody and Orton, but we ain't talking about that. But CM Punk and Cody didn't really have a story. Oba and Brock, that had a story, passing up the torch. We get that. Roman and Seth, they've been telling that story forever, and it looks like they finally had their swan song with that tonight with the Roman and Seth. But I think just wrestling as a whole is a little dip period. Now, I've been watching wrestling damn near my whole life since I was like 4 or 5 years old. So there's ebbs and flows, there's ups and downs. It's hot, it's not hot. It happens. That's business. But I just think right now, SummerSlam did not feel, I'm not going to go out and say it was terrible, but it didn't feel like it had that until the main event tonight. But now certain things had it, like coming into it, but did they deliver? I would say not on everything. They didn't deliver on everything. But SummerSlam, overall, thumbs up. I'm not going to go thumbs down, even though I know a lot of people last night, oh, it was good. And then some people are like, oh, what do you mean it was good? It sucked. Last night was, what does MJF say? Last night was mid. Today was good. So I'm going to say overall good. C+. C+. Going to give SummerSlam a C+. Tonight, to me, was the better night. Night 1, to me, was the better night on paper, but this night turned out to be the better night for me. So that's how I feel about SummerSlam as a whole. So I don't know how you felt. Do you feel like SummerSlam was a big deal out there? But to me, it didn't feel like a big deal, and it felt like it was just lacking some stuff until that main event. Well, until tonight, the opening and the closing, yeah, they got me. So let's continue this. Liv Morgan, Io Sky, first match. Liv Morgan doing excellent work. Io Sky, we all love Io. Io is great, but Liv Morgan ends up retaining. This was a very good match, hard fought. Both ladies had their working shoes on last night, so I'm going to say this was a very good match to me. Liv Morgan is great. Can't wait. Raquel Rodriguez now has gold as well. Dom has gold. Only one that doesn't have gold is the little one. So I'm sure she's going to be sitting back there steaming, and maybe she will win Money in the Bank and then take Liv's title, and that will be the beginning of the end of her in the Judgment Day. So we'll see what happens with that. But good stuff here. Nothing to complain about. Nothing to snooze about. Then we had a 6-man tag. L.A. Knight. Yeah. Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys versus the Bloodline. Jimmy J and Jacob Fatu. First things first. Jacob Fatu.
Nope. Stop it. Get some help.
My, oh my, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh my God.
WWE, I just got to tell you.
How dare you?
How dare you mess up Jacob Fatu like this? This brother should be challenging for world championships and titles. And right now, he just is the upgraded Super Saiyan version of Solo Sikoa, of what Solo Sikoa used to be in the Bloodline. And I think I want better for you, Jacob. Me, RJD. I want better for you, brother. Man, Jacob Fatu is a badass MFer. And to see him just like they damn near neutered him because he lost to Roman twice. He doesn't even feel the same. Man, oh man. My had the mighty have fallen. Oh, and another thing, I gotta stop show. Oh my God, is it SummerSlam or Summer ads? Which I did like the Street Fighter, but the ads all over the place, the commercials, the Wild Wings, Hot Wings, whatever. Oh my God, I know you got to pay the bills. I get it, but Jesus Christ with the ads. I think I counted one time, it was like 16 minutes between ads. Then you got entrances. It's like, come on. I know you got to pay the bills and you got to pace the show, but sheesh. TKO, you're killing me with the ads. I mean, come on. That's all I had to say about that. So,
Stop it. Get some help.
6-man tag, LA Knight, yeah, Solo, Royce Keys, and they beat the Bloodline in a very good match. We had Solo, who's becoming my new favorite babyface. He did the pew pew. He came out with the pew pew, and he did the we're gonna run it back and made fun of Jay and was yeeting in the middle of the match. Now, I don't have any brothers and sisters, but if I did and I was the younger brother, it's got to be fun to make fun of your older brothers and talk junk. And it's pretty much probably what they've been doing their entire life, talking junk to each other. Hilarious. So Solo Sikoa, and I keep mentioning his name because he is primed for a breakout, but I don't want them to F it up. Please don't mess it up. Just don't.
Nope.
Don't mess it up. WWE. Solo Sikoa could be a great baby face. The crowd is actually into what he's doing. He's funny. He's witty. He's charismatic. He's entertaining. You want me to yeet? Huh? You want me to pew pew? Why would I do that? Everybody loves me. Everybody loves Solo. So I think this has legs. It's not running yet, but I think right now it's walking. It's walking. And I hope they don't mess it up. Because Solo could be going places. The most over person in this, LA Knight, hands down. LA Knight is getting cheered very, very hard. And we just want LA Knight to get his just due. We don't want LA Knight to be Chad Gable 2.0, where he should, and they don't pull the trigger, and he doesn't win a big one, and then when he's 40, he finally wins the big one. We don't want that. We'll get to Chad Gable in a minute. We don't want that. So please, WWE, we had canceling each other out. Mr. Royce Keys, good to see him on the big stage. Just give Royce Keys some time. Good to see him on the big stage, but him and Jacob canceled each other out, and LA Knight gets the win over Jay, and they give each other some dap, a hug afterwards. Solo and LA Knight, and we'll see where this goes from here. Maybe they'll be tag team champs, even though there's really no tag team division.
Nope.
Too soon, but we'll see. Then we had Gunther, my wife's second favorite wrestler, versus Nick Aldis. I hear people talking about Nick Aldis. You still got it. Nick Aldis looked great. Y'all do know Nick Aldis is only 39. You know how many people are older than Nick Aldis? Just because he hasn't been wrestling for 3 years, it doesn't mean the man is old. Nick Aldis been a savage out there. He was out there with Mickey James, his wife, and I want to say their child. I can't remember, but Nick Aldis did his thing. He looked good in there. I'm sure there was ring rust. I don't know if he wrestles in spare time to keep himself fresh. He did have to resign from the role of general manager to participate in the match. And after the match, even though he was forced to tap out, the crowd was into everything. The crowd loved him. Some Nick Aldis. They had a good back and forth match. And Gunther is like the perfect. Now, don't make no mistake. Don't be stupid.
Stupid. I'm not going to.
Gunther is not a utility man, but he is a man that you can put in many different roles and he will knock it out the park. A la Mr. John Moxley. Same thing. You can put John Moxley in a bunch of different things. We need you for 6 months, buddy. We need you for 3 months, buddy. And he got you. But he is by no means a utility player. Oh, no. He is A1. He is the final boss before The Rock showed up and claimed it. It was Gunther. So, Gunther, always fantastic. Great dance partner. Nick Aldis, good. Great showing. Man, looks like $1 million. So, I hope we see him back in the ring. If we don't, Don DeMarco for Nick Aldis.
Don DeMarco.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. That was the legit biggest one of the at that time in night one. That was the biggest moment so far up to that point. Then we had a 6-man tag, Fatal Influence, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Lena Reed versus the Bella Twins and Paige. Always good to see Paige out there wrestling. Good to see the Bella Twins back. But I'm sorry. First of all, I want to say Brie Bella. I hope Brie Bella is okay. Looked like she got a hurt shoulder. Hopefully it's not separated or dislocated or something crazy. But she did look like her shoulder was messed up. Whenever you see somebody like this, it's like, and if they're selling it, because normally if you're selling a shoulder, you're like, But when you see somebody like, yeah, and they're not trying to move, yeah, that shoulder's messed up. I had a messed up shoulder before, so I sucks. But the problem with this is it had no heat, and no one really asked for this. They should have put JC Jane in the ladder match and just kept this match all together. Or they could have did this on Monday Night Raw. At the end of the match, Paige takes the loss. She got hit with the spinning discus forearm of JC Jane. JC Jane, give her flowers. From what I saw years ago till now, chef's kiss. JC Jane, you're doing your thing, homegirl. Doing your thing. She has gotten so much better. It's like dope to see people just improving at their craft. But after that, she basically on Paige, and she was like, you coming from my spot? I paved the way. And then she hit it with the Rack Attack 2.0, but nobody asked for this.
Nope.
Why are we getting a Brie Bella heel turn? Why are we getting a Nikki Bella heel turn? Nobody wants to boo the Bella Twins. Now we're supposed to boo the Bella Twins? Why? Nobody. Why would we want to boo the Bella Twins? Brie just got back. Oh man.
Nope.
Stop it. Get some help.
Undisputed WWE Championship, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. This was back and forth. CM Punk almost killed himself with the moonsault from hell. Now, I'm not going to lie. I've tried a moonsault a couple of times, just effing around with my friends and trying to moonsault. I did not have the core strength to complete the moonsault. Let's just say it ended badly for me, and it ended badly for CM Punk. He basically missed CM Punk by this much, and, Punk missed Cody by that much, and he tried to sell it like, oh, I got him. Nah, you didn't get him. But it's okay. Punk was out there laughing. You chalk it up as ish happens. What are you gonna do? But that wasn't the greatest moonsault, Mr. Punk.
Nope.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, it happens. But at the end of the day, they went back and forth. This was great. The only thing I don't like with these big matches that WWE has that I do like that AEW does is the special spam or the finisher spam. It's like, let's see, John Cena. It's like attitude adjustment, RKO into the attitude adjustment, which is reversed into an RKO, which is reversed into an attitude adjustment, another attitude adjustment, which is reversed into an RKO. Yeah, that kind of AEW doesn't do a lot of finisher spam like that over and over and over and over and over. I mean, don't get it twisted. They do it, but it's not as egregious as WWE. Every big match, it seems like that's what happens. So, I don't know. It's cool. Just something to point out. Randy Orton makes his return here. We did have a ref bump, and Cody hit the crossroads. CM Punk falls out the ring. Randy Orton comes out of nowhere. RKO from out of nowhere. And then comes out, goes up, winks at the camera, runs. If you look on Twitter, you see his wife chasing him with the phone. But after that, another GTS, and that is all she wrote. So now we are doing a proper Cody and Randy Orton. Hopefully that doesn't involve Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee, because that was stupid.
I'm not going.
So that's where we're at with that. But CM Punk retains, and that was, like I said, a lot of people thought this match was sloppy. I thought it was solid. The solid match. Crowd was into it. I ain't mad at it. Thought it was solid. Then we had the Hell in a Cell. We had Derulo Obafemi. I am Derulo. I am the first, and I will be the last. Versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar. Man, oh man. First things first, let's talk about what we didn't need. We did not need Hell in a Cell for this.
Nope.
They basically had the same match they had with a chair shot and steps.
Nope.
We did not need Hell in a Cell for this. Not needed at all. And we did have a quote-unquote botch finish where... All right, let me say this. Some of these matches on SummerSlam, they felt like they were just getting into the part where it's just getting into that second gear, or it's just getting to that next level, and then they end it. This match was only, how long was this match? 12 minutes, I think. So this match was only 12 minutes, and it felt like it was just getting to that next level. It was just getting there, and then it ended abruptly. After the tombstone, kick out. After the tombstone, onto the hard boards, kick out, throw, choke slam, fall from grace. See you later. We're out of here. They did have two Undertaker spots where, and that's dope that they paid homage to the Undertaker. That's dope. They were in a sit-up, laugh spot, ha, 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 ha. Well, both the guys were laughing. And Brock Lesnar did a tombstone, which was dope. That was dope. But you see, that's the type of stuff that they could have built upon, and they could have just kept elevating and elevating and escalating until you build to a nice little crescendo. But they didn't do that. But Oba, there was no other. First of all, this main evented the show over the championship match because he ripped up the dang on floorboards. So that made sense. Secondly, it didn't need to sell, but that's okay. Thirdly, there was no other outcome besides the outcome we got, and that was Derula standing tall. But what also was dope is Brock Lesnar afterwards, he says, come here, Oba. Come here, Oba. All of you guys in Mississippi watching this shit, and all you other people, this is the future. I am the past. This is the future. Raised his hand, gave him a hug. Sayonara. We'll see you next year, Brock, and Saudi Arabia. Because we know they're going to pay Brock a hell of a lot of money to show up next year. Go get your paper, Brock. Go get your paper. So, to me, clear passing of the torch. It was a good moment. Championship match was good. Randy Orton's back. That felt great. The singles match, Gunther and Nick Aldis, that was a cool moment to see Nick Aldis back. And even though he lost, he still won, even though he lost. And at the end, he got his job back because Triple H said, I'm not accepting a resignation. You are the GM. So will we see him in a match again? I don't know. Hopefully, but we'll see. So night all in all, mid. But night one looked like the better night on paper. So night one was mid to me. 6 at best. Barely passed. 65. Like, season D's get degrees. 65, baby. Now night 2 started off with a bang. So night 2, Don DeMarco for night 2.
Don DeMarco.
Night 2 started off with a number 1 contenders match. What does that mean? We had Finn Balor beat him. Pete Dunne beat him. So we had Finn Balor and Sami Zayn out there. And the thing I liked about this is we had not only surprises, but we had multiple stories that can come out of this match. Story number 1, Sami Zayn continues to get the shit end or the ish end of this. Nick Aldis comes out and says, hey, I'm making this a triple. I'm adding competitor to this match. Gunther comes out. Everybody's mad. Gunther smiling. Yeah. The ring general. And then he said, I didn't say that was the only competitor. We have one more. And then it's quiet. And I'm like, oh, that's KO. That is KO. Then you hear the and that crowd goes crazy. Yeah, that didn't do it justice. The crowd legit went apeshit for this. So, to me, that story, obviously KO, Sami Zayn, best friends. Sami Zayn mad because he keeps getting the short end of the stick. And he's going to complain about this. So they can keep him in this story for a while. And then you got Kevin Owens, who is now the number 1 contender, coming off of a broken freaking neck. So shout out to KO. I am happy to see him. He is so sorely needed on this SmackDown show. Oh my God. You are so sorely needed. You and Randy Orton. Oh my God. So sorely needed on SmackDown. But Finn Balor, Gunther, Sami Zayn, KO had one hell of a match. This didn't go crazy. I think this one, 15 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. This was fan-freaking-tastic. It was awesome. And at the end, we had a stunner for the win. And KO is your new number 1 contender. And KO is back, baby. Oh, my God. Then we had the interim I'm just going to go down the list here. We had the interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match. We had Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and Lash Legend. So, I think who did I pick? I think I picked Charlotte for this. I was a fool. I should have picked Chelsea. And Chelsea Green gets the win here. Chelsea Green is so damn good. Like, Chelsea Green is entertaining. Chelsea Green, if you need her to go, she can go. And it's like she knows her role. Not The Rock says, know your role and shut your mouth. Chelsea Green is like, she's entertaining as hell. Even though sometimes her matches don't get a lot of time. So, you know, sometimes she had some stuff going on, but it's like whatever they give her, it's entertaining. And I found myself laughing just at her character, her mannerisms. Just I found myself laughing every time I see her on screen. And the fact that she lost that ladder, she was the last ladder match I saw her in. She was the MVP of that ladder match. This ladder match, the crowd really wanted Chelsea Green to win this match. And at first she was going to win. Then the baddies came out. They quickly got disposed of. And Chelsea Green gets the win. So this was another good moment. Everybody was going crazy for it. Those ladders were tall as hell, first and foremost. But I want to give a big up to Tiffany Stratton for being a dope-ass gymnast, because when they pushed that ladder, then she was on it. It's a timing thing, right? Obviously, wrestling is timing, chemistry, but she has to jump off the ladder, and she did like a somersault, basically a front flip in the air, and the ladies caught her, so she landed pretty good. It looked like, but if she's a second too slow, they gotta like rush in it to catch her, and it looks crazy. If she's a second too late, she might slip and she might not get the proper footing to do the flip. And she like jumped at the exact precise time. Man, if you think that these people, stop the show. If you think that these wrestlers aren't athletes in any company, any promotion, all over the world, wherever, if you're watching wrestling and you think that these people aren't athletic and they aren't athletes in their own right, you are stupid.
Stupid. I'm not going.
So I just want to point that out because, goddamn, I just saw that and I jumped off my couch like, oh, are you okay? Everybody's okay. Okay. But the ladder match as a whole, it was sloppy in some parts. I know you said it's easy for you to say. Yeah, but it could have been crispier. I'm not going to poo-poo all over the ladies like that, but it could have been better. It wasn't the best ladder match, but I was happy at the way it ended. I thought it was great. We had the United States Championship match. Baron Corbin versus Mr. Trick Williams. Little Yachty. Okay. Whatever. Not okay. I don't know if Little Yachty adds anything to Trick Williams' entrance. Now, if you want to look at somebody who adds something to the entrance, look at whose house? Look at Swerve and his hype man. That brother adds so much, even without the, Swerve when I drive, Swerve when I drive. Even without that, he still adds a lot. I don't know if your Little Yachty adds anything to this entrance. I'm just saying. So everybody was whooping that Trick all the way. Whoop that Trick, get him. So, everybody was whooping that Trick, which is great. So everybody whooped that Trick, and they had themselves a solid match. Baron Corbin knocks him over the head with the belt, does his finisher, and gets the win. Baron Corbin is the new U.S. champ. So I'm not mad at that. Let Trick Williams chase for a little while. Let him chase or move him around. So we'll see what becomes of that. But to me, fantastic. Good stuff. Solid match. Not fantastic. Solid match. Then we had the Human Monies on a pole match. Danhausen versus Mr. Dom Dom. I picked Dom, so hit the button for me.
Stupid. I'm not going. Nope.
This was physical, but we had the Mini-Hausens. We had Say His Name and He Appears. Yeah, Mr. Joe Hendry. We had Joe Hendry out there whacking the guitar over somebody. We had the Monies on the pole, the Mini-Hausens, with their lucha libre style. And we had JD McDonough kicking the holy hell out of these little people. I mean, damn, he was choke slamming. He was stiffing them, yo. It's like, goddamn. JD beating the crap out of these people. But all in all, Dom gets the loss and Danhausen gets the money on the pole. So, I mean, if you're going to have Dom lose, it's not like he took a pin. I mean, right? You know, he didn't take the pin, even though he's got to defend his championship in AAA. I'm not mad at this. The Danhausen stuff. Listen, I know y'all mad at me on TikTok because I was like, Carmelo Hayes could have been on this show. Other people could have been on this show. I get it. Y'all love Danhausen. I love Danhausen. I think Danhausen's great. And a lot of y'all got mad at me on TikTok for saying, why is this match on here? You know what? It was entertaining. I thought it was going to be worse than what it was. It entertained me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great. Now, can we not have so much Danhausen fatigue? I don't want the man to be fatigued. You got Danhausen on Good Morning America, and you got him on SportsCenter, and you got him on all these different places. Great, but let's dial it back. Give him some segments, but we don't got to have him doing at least for a little while. We don't have to have him all over the show. At least for a little while before you throw him back at us. Please. But not bad. I was entertained, so I'll take it. Next, we had the Intercontinental Championship, Chad Gable versus El Penta, Cero Miedo, and Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
This was great. This is another match that I thought needed 5 more minutes. I don't know how much time it got, but this is the type of match where I'm like, it's got story, it's got everything, and it's like now or never. If you don't give Chad Gable a freaking title, then first of all, you stupid. Second of all, it ain't ever gonna happen. The one title that eluded Sheamus his whole career, banger after banger after banger. Shout out to Sheamus. The one title that eluded him, Chad Gable finally got it. All the way from the American Alpha days, all the way through that piece of trash Shorty G era. We finally get this era, and this was great. I liked it. Don DeMarco one more time.
Don DeMarco.
Chad Gable gets the win, and he gets tap out, holding on to that ankle lock hard. He got the tap out, which was awesome. And Penta said, listen, this is your time. It's all you. Showed him love after the match. Big hug. But he got it done. Shout out to Chad Gable. Good call. World Heavyweight Championship match. This is full of story. This is full of story here. We had the de facto shield. We had a mask that Ambrose used to wear. We had the architect. We had the OTC. And at the end of this was all about closing the chapter on the Shield book. You know, they did the Shield fist bump at the end, even though Reigns won the match. They did the Shield fist bump, and Seth Rollins did it. He did it. Ambrose mask was there, so he was there in spirit. And I think it's a fitting end to this chapter. Will this be the last time they fight each other? Probably not. But I think this chapter is closed for quite a while. And that's great. That's awesome. So we also had Roman. Remember, he lost a couple of years ago to Cody because he chose to hit Cody. He chose to hit Seth in the back with the chair instead of choosing to hit Cody and winning the match. This year, he said no. He looked at it, threw the chair down. He said, no, I'm going to beat you fair and square. Not fair and square, but I'm going to beat you. You and me, we're going to fight right now. We're going to see who's the best. I'm done with all that Shield stuff. So I like the storytelling. Roman Reigns, he has a formula to his matches. that work for him. And I think it's awesome. So all I got. His formula works for him. And everybody that's in the ring with him, especially in a big time match, they have a formula. It's like they structure the match a certain way. They start off slow, they build it, they build it, they build it. You may or may not have some finisher spam at the end of the match, which is my only gripe. But they're going to tell a fantastic story. And through the whole match, he's going to be like, I'm the OTC, itch. You can't mess with me. Yeah, you thought you had it. You didn't have it. I'm the OTC. You know you can't beat me. You ain't stronger than he. He going to talk junk the whole match. And that's another thing that I like. Roman Reigns, he talking his junk the whole match. I love it. I love it. So he has his matches set up a certain way. They work for him. He's doing his thing. He wins the match. We had pedigrees in here. We had them doing each other's moves. We did have a lot of kick out spam, a lot of button mashing at the end. Kick out. But all in all, this was a fantastic main event that was SummerSlam worthy. I thought both men delivered. I thought the way they ended the show was fantastic. We will now see where we go from here. Where does Seth Rollins go from here? Who knows? Where does Roman go from here? Who knows? But maybe it's a showdown with Derulo. But maybe they want to make that for WrestleMania next year. So do they keep the title on Roman all the way to WrestleMania next year? Do they have somebody come in and beat him that we haven't really seen yet? Give them a little title run before we get to Oba and Roman, which will probably be, if he doesn't get the title before that, that's your main event next year. Roman and Oba. That's your main event next year. So I thought this was fantastic. Thought this was great. I have nothing bad to say about the I have nothing bad to say about the main event. Rollins, he won, he lost, but he still won. I don't know if this is over per se, but we definitely are going to see what happens next. We definitely will. And like I said, all in all, that is your SummerSlam. I'm not going to sit up here and say it was bad, but as a whole, in its entirety, what I will say is I'll give it a 7. It was okay, but night 2 elevated it just a little more. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. But that is all I got for you guys tonight. Now, we do have the What the Wrestling podcast coming back at you, but it will only be one day a week. So look out for that, my good friends. Probably on Friday or Saturday after all of the news has come out for the week. We will be here to talk about it on What the Wrestling. So look out for that. As for me, I am out. Everybody be safe. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.